Cybersecurity is the protection of internet-connected systems such as hardware, software, and data from cyber threats. The practice is used by individuals and enterprises to protect against unauthorized access to data centers and other computer systems. October of every year is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, a time for highlighting cybersecurity and sharing best practices for reducing cyber incidents. This is done to help individuals protect themselves online as threats to technology and confidential data become more commonplace. Today on The Eagle, we shall be discussing cybersecurity, a panacea to cyber fraud. Hello and welcome to another edition of The Eagle. My name is Aisha Mohammed.
Good day, Nigerians. As we all know, cybercrime is progressing at an incredibly fast pace. It is giving a bad image to Nigeria, affecting our economy and draining the youth of this country. Let us work collectively against cybercrime wherever it is committed. I am Abdurrashid Bawa, Executive Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Stand for the right thing always. Thank you.
Elections in Nigeria are forms of choosing representatives into different office and positions, both at the federal and the various states. It's a method of choosing leaders where the citizens have the right to vote and to be voted for. By voting, citizens are participating in the democratic process. Citizens vote for leaders to represent them and their ideas, and the leaders support the citizens' interest. Voting is a fundamental human right of citizens to choose leaders, and at times the process is marred with vote buying and selling, thereby making citizens to vote for money or material things rather than credible leaders. The EFCC has been lending its voice to campaign against vote buying. One of such is to be heard in this next report with Ojo Chokutami Eche. But before that, let's take this engagement of the EFCC chairman in India. Over to you, Ojo Chokutami.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and India's Enforcement Directorate (ED) are to partner and collaborate in matters of mutual interest, particularly money laundering and other economic and financial crimes. The heads of the two agencies, EFCC's chairman Abdurrashid Bawa and ED's director Sanjay Kumar Mishra, made the pledge at a meeting in India on the sidelines of the 90th Interpol General Assembly in New Delhi, India. They agreed to share experience and cooperate in matters of mutual interest and concern. Ojo Chokutami Eche for The Eagle. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has cautioned youths against the temptations associated with vote trading. Zonal Command of the EFCC in Kaduna, Harry Erin, gave the warning during a panel discussion on transparency, accountability and vote buying amongst the youth at a joint program of the Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, Connected Development Code, and Kaduna Polytechnic Kaduna, aimed at empowering marginalized communities in Africa. Erin emphasized the need for youths to appreciate the relevance in the country's developmental aspirations by shunning criminal activities and taking active interest in the future of Nigeria, especially with the electioneering cycle around the corner. The Chief Community Engagement Officer of Code, Mukhtar Modibo, enjoined the youths to embrace meaningful causes that will showcase their talents. Ojo Chokutami Eche for The Eagle.
I am a Nigerian youth. This is my call to all children and youth of Nigeria to please shun cybercrime. The internet is to assist us to be better at what we do in a positive way, like research our assignments, learning positive trades and marketing. But these days, young people use the internet to commit all kinds of internet crimes. Yahoo has become the order of the day. Brothers and sisters, cybercrime is affecting the mentality of young people. Cybercrime is affecting our performance and grades in school. Cybercrime is affecting our expected role in the society. Say no to cybercrime for a great Nigeria.
You heard our future leader there. Say no to all forms of economic and financial crimes and cybercrime In particular, the youth are the future of Nigeria, and it's our job as citizens to see that cybercrime is eradicated. Do your part to bring an end to this menace to salvage the future of our country. Collaboration is the process of two or more people, entities or organizations working together to complete a task or achieve a goal. It is a working practice whereby individuals work together for a common purpose to achieve a defined and common business purpose. Collaboration is one of the core values of the EFCC, and as such, the Commission is open to working with all stakeholders in achieving its mandate of ridding Nigeria of economic crimes. As in this next report, we'll bring you a reiteration of the police collaboration with the EFCC. Stay tuned.
The new Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, Adebowale Williams, has pledged to support the Ibadan Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in the fight against economic and financial crimes in the state. He stated this during a courtesy visit to the EFCC Ibadan Command. Williams stated that the police will continue to support the EFCC in any capacity to enable the EFCC achieve its mandate. He commended the EFCC on its professionalism and courage in the fight against corruption. In his remarks, the Ibadan Zonal Command, Kanu Idagu, thanked the Commissioner for the visit, saying that a visit will engender a more robust collaboration and synergy between the EFCC and the police to further tackle corruption in the society. Ojo Chokutami Eche, reporting for The Eagle.
Next is Conviction Update with Abbas Abubakar Umar. Over to you, Abbas.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has proven to be a reliable and responsible agency leading the fight against graft. In today's analysis on the convictions recorded by the Commission in the week of 10th to 14th October 2022, the Port Harcourt Command of the Commission topped the list with 12 convictions, while the Benin Command came second with 11 convictions. Kano Command secured 7, Lagos 6, while the Kaduna and Ibadan Commands got 5 convictions each. The headquarters of the Commission secured 4, Uyo 3, while Abuja, Makodi, Maiduguri and Ilorin Zonal Commands each got 2 convictions to their credit. The Enugu and Sokoto Commands each got 1 conviction, thus bringing the total convictions for the week under review to 63. The Commission urges all Nigerians to protect themselves and their online engagements, especially as the world celebrates cybersecurity in the month of October to prevent threats to technology and confidential data. Shun all forms of fraud and join the fight against corruption, and to always say something when you see something. Back to you, Aisha.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month is an important time to not only raise awareness of cyber safety, but to drive real action among individuals. Most cyber attacks occur because of human error, so it is in our hands to improve cybersecurity, both at home and at work. The term, if you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem, fits perfectly when it comes to cybersecurity and internet users. And that's why our interview segment is dealing with the topic, cybersecurity, a panacea to cyber fraud. Over to you, Golden Aura.
There is always the need to safeguard the environment, be it physical and virtual. This is because the advent of information and communication technology has made the world so closely knit that physical proximity is no longer a barrier to whatever anyone chooses to do. Cyberspace has provided diverse opportunities for people to interact for the purpose of socializing, education, or business. Now the question is, how safe is this space? Hello and welcome to the interview segment. I am Golden Omura. With me today is Moses Joshua from Diary of Hackers, a community of cybersecurity enthusiasts that champions cybersecurity awareness and capacity development trainings. To commemorate the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, we'll be discussing cybersecurity, a panacea to cyber fraud. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a great privilege to be here.
Okay. Before we delve into the topic proper, we would like to have an understanding of what cybersecurity is. What is cybersecurity?
All right, cool. It's a great way to start. So we are actually in a digital era right now, and that has opened a lot of opportunities for people in terms of mobile banking, online shopping, reading news, and all of those things online. Everything comes actually with a cost, because the more you connect to all these activities, the more you do all these activities online, it opens a lot of vulnerabilities for hackers and attackers to be able to gain sensitive information. So cybersecurity is all about protection of all this sensitive data in terms of the confidentiality of systems, data, the integrity of it, as well as the availability of data, being able to retrieve as at when it's supposed to be. So the goal of cybersecurity is actually to, one, reduce the risk and also protect organization, people, processes, as well as technology as we are evolving in the digital space.
Okay. So why is cybersecurity so important, especially for the people in Nigeria?
Now, so cybercrime is on the increase, is on the rise. We have about 4,000 attacks a day, and cybercrime is actually one of the fastest moving industry. That is the criminal industry is moving because, compared to other crimes, it is fast. It is, you have a lot of profits. It is profitable. It is fast, and they rely on humans. And humans, we're not that sensitive when it comes to because it pry on our emotions, and if you're not sensitive enough to these things, you will actually fall victim of cybercrime. And as organizations, they don't protect sensitive data as they are supposed to. Take for example, now you're shopping online, and you're given the opportunity to choose if you want to pay cash or probably debit or credit card, via credit or debit card. These people collect a lot of information, from your credit card number to your PIN to all of these things. And not just one person, they're collecting information of thousands of people. And how do they actually manage this information they collect, this data that they do collect? So cybersecurity is very, very important in being able to secure all this data, to protect people, and also the technology that we are having in this dispensation.
Okay, having understood the importance of this cybersecurity, what kind of crimes are being perpetrated on the cyberspace in the absence of cybersecurity?
All right, so we have a lot of them. So very few. We have employment scams, where people will tell you, oh, you have this offer, but you need to pay probably a percentage of that so you could get the full offer. And we also have auction fraud, where people post illegitimate items for auction and biddings, and you end up not getting that item that you have actually paid for. We have romance scams, where people fall for emotions, love. Meanwhile, you're being the criminals are trying to get on you and exploit you one way or the other. We also have identity theft, which is a situation where someone gets your details to commit crimes. So we have a lot of crimes. We have the 419 scams. We have a lot of it. So these are just few.
How about this common one that people talk about? Maybe somebody calls you and asks for your maybe one-time password. Would you group that as?
Yes. So that is actually we have SMS smishing, which is via text, and we also have the one via phone call, where someone calls you and tell you your BVN. In fact, a lot of them, you can't imagine. Immediately you open maybe a new bank account, the next few hours you get a call that okay, we need to activate this. It's actually part of it. And I mean, people need to be aware that all this kind of fraud occurs and they do exist, and they need to take precaution against this kind of, scams and all of that.
Having understood the importance of cybersecurity, what are the different forms of protection against cybercrime?
Now we have different protections. We have the personal protection, where you activate your devices, you activate security measures on them, probably the antivirus, the password protection and all of that. We have the social media protection, where you activate multi-factor authentication, that is 2FA, and privacy, you set your privacy and also lock your devices whenever it's not in use. So coming to the business side, we have where businesses need to understand some security technologies that they need to put in place for to secure their customers. And then back to personal security again, you need to take care of your own cyber hygiene, because your hygiene will actually affect the other person, the next person to you, if you don't take care of it. Yeah, so just imagine you did not leave you left your computer unattended, and an attacker got access to your system, try to get information about you, your family, and all of that, which he can later exploit. So you not being taking care of your own cyber hygiene will definitely affect your family members.
When you talk about cybercrime, what comes to mind is, the youth, the young people. You are a young person. So how can the youths leverage on the concept of cybersecurity to fight cyber fraud?
All right, thank you so much. So a few years ago, I actually owned a cyber cafe, and I realized that when some forms are submitted and you make a mistake, there's a way you can edit without your customer knowing. And when I realized this, I was so shocked that this is not really ethical, and it might cause damage and career damage to the person you try to exploit. So having that, I told all of my customers, since then I told them, I said, see, you can have an error in this form and you won't know. So that is why you need to come. I'll do whatever you need in a very clear way. You understand? In a very clear way that you won't have mistake. And even if you do, I will tell you the truth about it. While some people will not even tell you. A lot of youths have this knowledge and they won't tell their customers. So another thing is forgery. Some of the youth have experience in forgery. I mean, a lot of it. But then there's a way you can actually act as a digital forensic expert, being able to, become an expert in recognizing that, oh, this is a forgery, and that will be, that will be pointed out. And also, I mean, pursuing is a career in cybersecurity. It's something that is very important. A lot of youth have skills in, finding loopholes in computer systems. You can turn that to be a strength, to be your strength, where you can, chase the bad guys, having known that, oh, this is the way these bad guys do things, chase them out and, hand them over to the proper authority for disciplinary actions.
The month of October is the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And this year's theme is, it's easy to stay safe online. What is the significance of this theme to cybersecurity in its general term?
So the month of October, just like it's globally, celebrated to tell people about, the dangers of not staying safe online, and also trying to, tell them how they can stay safe online.
Just before we go, what is your closing remarks on this topic? Advice to young people and to the general public.
All right, so the thing is, cybersecurity is a very interesting field as you get to earn an honest living, and crime is mostly related with young people, and it's not something that you'll be proud of when you're young. I mean, I do a lot of security consultancy, being able to chase the bad guys, not even the bad guys in Nigeria alone. I mean, a lot of persons from outside commit this, but because Nigerians' image, the Nigerian youth image, are being damaged by some people or some persons, other people will not actually, focus on them, but rather on us. So we have some young people in Nigeria that are doing exceptionally well in terms of trying to change the narrative on Nigerian youth. I mean, someone was saying recently that Nigeria is actually the capital of cybersecurity talent and not the capital of Yahoo Yahoo. And it is very, very true. Brilliant minds in Nigeria, great minds that are even working for other organizations abroad to bring safety to the cyberspace.
Thank you very much, Moses Joshua, for coming on the program. It was indeed a pleasure having you here. Although the cyberspace has provided opportunities for easy communication among people, it is important to make the security of your data a top priority at all times. Be careful of the information you share and the sites you visit. Ensure that you protect your profile with strong passwords. According to Chris Pirillo, passwords are like underwear. Don't let people see it, change it very often, and you shouldn't share with strangers. That's it from the interview segment. I am Golden Onra. Back to Aisha for the rest of the program.
Well, you've heard Golden Aurora there and our guest. It is encouraged that you take action to stay safe online. That means enabling basic cyber hygiene practices, update your software, think before you click, have good strong passwords or a password keeper, and enable multi-factor authentication on all your sensitive accounts. See yourself as part of the solution and not the problem. Stay safe online always and shun any form of cybercrime.
Philip, don't tell me you're still doing this Yahoo Yahoo Tino. This is cybercrime, for God's sake, and our law forbids it.
Jide, my man, wetin my pikin go do now? This is the only thing I know how to do. Look, I make plenty money from pressing these computers you see here.
Yes, you may be making millions, but our country is losing more than millions. You are killing the image of this country out there.
Shoo, guy. How am I killing image when all I do is use my brain to collect what I need?
Have you thought of how those you are defrauding see Nigeria and Nigerians?
How is that my business? I am only...
It is your business, my business, our business, to stop betraying and painting Nigeria black before other countries through cybercrime and any other criminal act.
Hey, are you serious?
I am serious. Don't you know it is the reason people from Nigeria are maltreated wherever they go? Have you stopped to find out why Nigerians are scrutinized and called names in other countries?
Man, I didn't know this my business has anything to do with the image of this country.
Now you know. Please stop it, because EFCC is watching.
Okotoriba. EFCC kwa.
Yes, EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
And that's it on this week's episode of The Eagle. Don't forget that you can send an email to info@efcc.gov.ng and speak to our officers on 0809 3322644 and follow us on all our social media platforms at official EFCC for all matters relating to economic and financial crimes. Use the EFCC mobile app, The Eagle Eye, to report any fraud you see happening around you. You download the app, you follow the steps and report fraud on the go. And you can also take pictures of corrupt practices and upload them. I am Aisha Muhammad, leaving you with these parting words from a Chinese philosopher, Lao Tzu. He said, and I quote, "Be content with what you have, rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you." The main catch there is contentment. We all should be content with what we have, as greed is the bane of all the troubles experienced through economic crimes. Let's all be contented. Let's stand for integrity. Let's do the right thing always. Goodbye. God bless Nigeria. Please do stay safe. Be kind to yourself and to others, and do enjoy the rest of the week.